Okay, hello and welcome to the 5th season of my podcast, Running Sentences. 5 years of making weird, crazy stories that hopefully you listen to and enjoy. Maybe not. This little introduction to the first half of the year is all about the stories that come this half of this season. That means I'm talking about the longer stories, from October 3rd, 2024 to March 27th, 2025. Which is 2 long-form tales, each running 11 episodes, then the short stories, and the introduction to the second half of the season to wrap up the first half. Well, first up, we have the story Tangled in a Criminal World, a story about a young man who finds himself tangled up in a criminal world, government, along with magic. Surprise, surprise on that front. He quickly finds himself pushed into roles he never thought he would have to deal with, since he is just a lowly street urchin. And that's royalty. It's a mess, and things don't go well for him, except he discovers many things about himself, mainly magic. This story will air from October 3rd, 2024, and runs 11 episodes. These will air every Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from the 3rd to the 19th. That is actually 12 weeks worth of time, because Thanksgiving is on a Thursday, which will not have a normal episode that week. Instead, it will have a holiday-inspired short story about a potential Thanksgiving food fight, and of course it is titled Food Fight. Once the story Tangled in a Criminal World wraps up in December, there will then be a short break with another short story on December 26th, 2024. This one with another holiday theme. It's called Boxing for Days. A tale about a young boy who sees the word Boxing Day on a calendar and decides that, well, it's Boxing Day, so he should box his mom. Then when we get into January 2025, there will be a new long-form story which will start airing on Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 2nd. This story is called The Lost Writer and Its Tale, and it is about a young writer who wants to write stories. Alas, such jobs don't pay much to go down that line of work, so he finds jobs that do pay. That, however, leads him down a grand mystery of potentially criminals plus weirdness all around, all just trying to keep his head above it all. But, of course, everyone's shoving him back down below the waterline. This story airs from January and goes to March, where it ends on March 13th, 2025. It will then be followed up by a short story on March 20th, 2025, called The Rooster's Call. A tale of a rooster who only wants to do his job, and the animals who don't want him to do his job because they don't want to wake up early. And then to wrap up the first half of Season 5, there is the introduction to the second half of the year, running from April to September. This will look at the long stories it will contain, as well as when they will be airing. It will also provide a look at the short stories, which will fill in the gaps between when those long-form stories come out. And that is all I have to say about what is upcoming for my podcast, Running Sentences. Please share this little story-driven podcast far and wide if you like my stories, or even if you don't, please share it. Friends, enemies, anyone who you think might like a few weird and out-there stories, send them my way. Thanks for listening and giving me a chance to tell my tales. It is much appreciated. Bye-bye for now.